What's good, y'all? My name is One Zendarius, and I'm back once again with more of the 101 in Warframe. Now, I've been playing this game for quite a while, and naturally I know a fair bit about the game, especially when it comes to muscle memory. And in Warframe, whenever I play, well, whenever I go long stretches of not playing, everything just kicks right back in immediately. And I'm just immediately moving just like a madman, like I'm like all over the place. So I can actually go a long period of time without playing the game and things just kick right back. But anyway, since I'm back with some more Warframe, there's a few more things that I want to tell you guys about. And one of the things I wanted to touch up on in the game as well. So as usual, if you guys do like the video, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and hit the like button so you guys can get access to more videos that I post in the near future. Also, if you haven't yet, be sure to check out my socials, which is down in the description below. And if there's anything I miss out on, be sure to type it up in the comment section down below. Now, with all that being said, let's get into this 101. Anyway, in the previous videos, I explained a lot of things from the stats to the mods to the basic warframes and around the orbiter. Some of the things that I haven't explained yet, well, one of the things I haven't explained yet is referred to as movement. And in Warframe, movement is key, as obviously if you stand still, you die, and you don't want to do that. So there's a ton of movement options in the game, and as you'll know inside the game, there are a ton of things that you can do, and some things you can have access to. One of the things you can do is you can access the training aspect of the game, which is in your codex, and it'll tell you pretty much everything about the game in question, even some of the stuff that I haven't showed you quite yet. But anyway, in the codex, you'll see a bunch of different options. You'll see things from the basics to advanced movement, advanced melee, upgrades and mods, crafting and foundry, damage, sentinels, clans, synthesis, and the index. As usual, the one thing I'm going to show you now is pretty much the movement of the game. Well, not exactly the advanced movement. I'm going to show you more. I'm going to show you that a bit later. But in order for me to show you movement options, the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the dojo. Now, I'm part of this clan right now called Clan Midgar, which is a pretty decent group of people, as they pretty much unlocked everything in the game, basically. And I know I'm kind of plugging Clan Midgar as well, because these are a few guys that one of my friends, Luigi NYC, introduced me to because I couldn't find nobody else that played this game. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person in Discord or anybody that are the only one that played this game, and he introduced me to them in general. Now, anyway, this is pretty much their dojo. And I know what you're going to say. How am I going to explain movement mechanics while inside the dojo? Well, let's see. Not navigation, fast travel. Now, as usual, you'll see that they pretty much unlocked a fair bit of this as well. So a lot of stuff they built, a lot of stuff they they've done a pretty decent job. So the one thing I'm going to try to do is see if I can find where the let me see. Oh yeah, let me see. Let me go to navigation real quick. Well, not necessarily navigation. I just want to go here so I can show up here. All right, here we go. This is the exact area where we need to be. Anyway, since this is pretty much well, you can kind of say this is the central area of Midgar. There's a few things I'm going to explain. And because the movement mechanics in this game is, pretty unique, I can actually pretty much start off just with this. Anyway, One of the common things you'll see in this game, oh, everything is going to be snow themed because, you know, Christmas is coming up soon and, you know, we need to make sure we have everything, you know, in check. So anyway, you'll see that I'm doing pretty much a whole lot right here. But there's a few things I'm going to show you. And I don't know why I went all the way around. But anyway, one of the things I'm going to show you is movement in the game in question. Anyway, movement in this game is seamless as there's a bunch of different movement options that you have at your disposal. Naturally, depending on which system you're on, you can obviously move forward, back, left, right. No reason to get into too much of detail with that. Anyway, the other options you have is that you can obviously run, you can crouch, you can pretty much crouch walk, so to speak. Obviously jump and double jump. Now, some of the things in the game you can attach onto doing certain things. For example, you can, you know, slide. So in order to slide, you got to start off your run like so and hold the crouch button. You'll slide across the ground and then you'll go into a crouch. And then you can just crouch from there. There are mods that affect slide distance so you can slide for much longer periods of time. So it's a lot easier. And naturally, if you run, you can obviously jump and double jump from there. But if you slide and press the jump button, you'll dart ahead. That's referred to as a bullet jump. When you bullet jump, you get so much momentum carried forward, so you can maintain your momentum from a slide like this, like that. So to make it a lot easier to get across from A to B. So naturally, you can also get height as well. So if you bullet jump straight up, you'll get so much height. Tack on double jumps, you'll go much higher. Obviously, I hit the ceiling, so obviously they don't want me to do that, but still. If you do that and double jump, you can maintain momentum through the air. Your momentum is carried constantly. However, if you try to bullet jump and double jump, you'll constantly be traveling forward, but you can stop short just before you do what you need to do. For example, if you slide, jump, you can pretty much stop yourself in mid-air immediately. So to do that, you move forward, slide, jump, and then before you go full bore straight, hold down on the left stick. In this case, since I'm playing on Xbox One, hold down on the left stick and then double jump. You'll pretty much stop to a standstill. So pretty much like this. That way, if I was to just double jump, that would happen. Anyway, as you know, you can stop yourself in midair. You can also do various things as well. Also, you can pretty much slide in midair as well. So if I jump in the air, I can slide in midair, which is easy. Sort of like a downward kick, so to speak. So I could do that. I just have, I have a bit more momentum going forward, which is actually pretty good. But the unique thing about that is that I can actually bullet jump in midair. But I sacrifice my double jump as well. So if I have to do this, I can bullet jump. Remember, in order to do that, you have to jump in the air and then bullet jump. Just like that. Remember, slide, bullet jump. But you notice that I bullet jumped downward though. That's because depending on which way you face, you'll bullet jump in that direction. So if I'm actually doing this, if I slide, I will slide to the side like usual. I will come to a standstill. But if I slide and bullet jump, I wind up dashing in the direction that I'm facing. So it's another way of turning yourself around, especially if you're about to hit enemies or anything, or about to hit a barrier that would set off alarms. So if you do this, bullet jump, you can pretty much do a sharp 90-degree turn in any direction. Same thing if you go this way, you slide, you'll bullet jump backwards, which is good. So, whichever direction you're facing, you'll bullet jump, no matter what. Now, the next movement tech I want to show you, well, I'm pretty much showing you right now, is the aim glide. Now, if you tech bullet jump on the aim gliding, you'll carry so much momentum that you'll glide through the air. So basically from here, I will glide all the way over to where that area is. So in order to aim glide, naturally, you have to aim, which your Warframe does, well, which I'm doing right now. This is aiming. So in order for me to aim glide, I'll show you on top of this. I'm gonna jump and double jump, and then I'll aim glide. You'll notice that I'm aim gliding because you'll see green trails, and you'll see that I'm actually slowing my descent. However, you can only aim glide only for a certain length of time before your Warframe just drops out the air like a rock. So anyway, this is the aim glide. You'll notice that you have carried momentum forward. Now, because I carried my momentum forward, I'm able to still aim glide over everything. Now, if I bullet jump and aim glide, I maintain all of my momentum all throughout the whole time, which is good, especially when you can kill enemies from afar without having to touch the ground. Plus, enemies can't get a real solid beat on you, as most damage you take won't be gotten. So if I tap bullet jump and that, I'll aim glide. But if I tap the slide button, I'll roll, which I just did, which is pretty much an aim glide cancel basically to me. So if I bullet jump, aim glide, and then I tap the button, I'll pretty much roll, which I should have explained before. In order to roll, you just tap the dodge button, the roll button, the slide button basically. So if I tap that, I'll roll forward. That's also momentum as well. So because I do that, I'm constantly moving, I'm constantly going at high speed, and I'm constantly going at much faster rate. Anyway, there's some other things to note as well. You also have wall climbs. So if you wall climb, you'll skip up the wall. And when you skip up the wall, you pretty much indefinitely can skip all the way up no matter what. So you can climb as much as you want. You'll fall back down. You'll hit the ground. But you notice that when I hit the ground, I pretty much stumble slightly, so to speak. You want to avoid that as much as you possibly can, because if your Warframe stalls like that, you're pretty much vulnerable to anything, and you have to wait a few moments in order to come back, in order to get your footing back. Now, there are other movement options as well. I mean, you obviously got the wall climb, but you can also kick away from the wall as well. To do that, start your climb up the wall like normal. Before you kick off the wall again, hold the direction away from the wall, and you'll kick away to it. You'll kick away from the wall, and you'll kick over towards another wall if they're close enough. So if you do this, kick over, you'll dash over, and you'll kick over to the other wall. If you do that, you'll wall kick off the wall like this, dash over, and you'll continue to wall climb. If you hold the aim button, you'll wall latch. Wall latching, you'll stay on the wall for a pretty decent period of time, but just like aim gliding, you'll lose your grip after a while and you'll plummet. So, in order to do the wall latch, just head to the wall and just hold the aim button. Your Warframe will just latch onto the wall and you'll stick to the wall. But remember, you can do that an indefinite number of times. So naturally, if I'm like this, kick off again, I can stay rooted to the wall, kick off that, stay rooted again, kick off, stay rooted again. I can continue my wall latch again, and I'll stay on the wall. Just like that. The idea is to maintain wall latches and maintain your running speed going up this. Well, not actually maintain your running speed, But because you're latched onto the wall, it's best to, if you do have a dojo, or if you don't have no particular place to practice some of this, you can go to Samaras, unlock his simulacrum, and you can use you can pretty much use the virtual space there to, increase your movement speed and also increase your reaction time with this. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to run through this course so you get a general idea of how I operate with wall latches and bullet jumps and everything. So you understand my general, you pretty much understand how I operate, especially when I do certain things. Anyway, one other thing before I run through the course is when you roll through the air or when you dodge through the air, you can aim glide and whatnot. You can also roll to mitigate that as well. So, you notice that when I run up the wall, like so, I fall to the ground, I hit the ground hard, I'm stunned for a few moments. However, there is a way to mitigate that. So if I jump up the wall like this, I do this, naturally fall to the ground like that, jump up on the wall like this, I roll, I stop that. So instead of me just running up the wall and just falling to the ground hard like this, I can just jump up on the wall, fall to the ground, roll. Basically, these are some basic concepts that if you do them in real life, how if you roll down a hill, they say it's best to tuck and roll. That's basically what it means. You mitigate that, you mitigate your stun duration, and you can keep moving all at the same time. So for example, I do this, I roll, maintain momentum, just like that. Now, I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to let the fall... Yeah, my mistake. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to let the fall affect me. See? Pretty much just like that. In that effect, it's best to practice this in the simulacrum at Samaras so you understand some of the basic concepts. I say practice running, sliding, tumbling. You can also do backflips too. If you're in the air like this, if you press down on the left stick and you press the dodge button, you'll backflip. But you do have some degree of control in the air. So it's best to understand how much degree of control you have and what button presses you need to do in combination in order to effectively do this. So anyway, to finish this off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run through this course. So naturally, there isn't anybody on the board itself, so I'm going to go ahead and start the obstacle course. Oh, messed that one up. Boom. Just like that. I could have did better, but I kind of failed all the way over there because sometimes if you do things too fast, your inputs will be eaten. So it's best to keep an eye on what you're doing and what type of movement options that you have, because sometimes some things may not go through as normal. So the best thing to say about all this, well, to end all this, is to understand what type of movement options you have and what type of options you have at your disposal. So it's best to practice as much as you can, do what you can, and see how far you can, just to see how far your options can be taken. But anyway, as usual, this is pretty much the Clan Dojo's inner workings and whatnot. I'm happy they, let me be part of the clan because I helped them. Well, I helped with I helped with two of the final researching objectives that they needed. But other than that, this is a pretty decent clan. I like it. I try to do as much as I can, you know, because I don't want to just feel like I'm leeching off these guys. So it's the least I could do by showing, you know, what their clan hall is, what they do, what type of stuff they have at their disposal, and everything. But yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me for tonight, or in this particular case for this session of the 101. So, in normal fashion, I'm going to kneel here because I want y'all guys to get a good view of what it's like inside this place, which is excellent. Anyway, as usual, if you guys do enjoy the video, or if there's anything that I haven't touched up on, as usual, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and follow me on my socials. And as usual, I play this game most of the time during my streams. I may play other games in there from time to time, but most of the time you can just find me on this. So until then, I'll catch you guys later.